Welcome back, students. We're starting with medieval history, and this is the first chapter Early Medieval Empires. Let's start. A Yavole merchant guild was originally established in, and the answer is Aihole. Next, what was Eripatti? Answer: it was a type of land during the time of Pallavas, the revenue from which was set apart for the maintenance of village tanks. Next, name the learning centers attached to the temples during the 7th 8th century. And the answer is Ghatikas. Next, the Rashtrakuta dynasty was founded by, and the answer is Dantidurga. Next, the Chola kings established many temples. Name them: Shaivatis and Vaishnaviti temples. Next, the Raja Rajeshwara temple was built in, and the answer is 1010 AD. Next, the Rashtrakuta Empire was divided into several provinces called Rashtras, which were under the control of Rashtrapatis. Next, the Tibetan chronicles and Arab merchant Suleiman accounts are sources of information for which kingdom? And the answer is Pala kingdom. Next, the king Dharmapala revived which university? And the answer is Nalanda University. That's all. Students, this is chapter 2 of medieval history, Age of Conflicts. Let's start. The titles of Raya Gajakesari and Daya Gajakesari were associated with which dynasty? And the answer is the Kakatiya dynasty. The title Daya Gajakesari was given to the first Kakatiya king named, and the answer is Prataprudra. Next, a catapult uses a long arm to throw a projectile that was powerful siege machine until the advent of gunpowder. It is known as, and the answer is Manjani. Next, which Arab scientist could be given the credit of christening and mathematical discipline of algorithms? And the answer is Al-Khwarizmi. Next, Al-Khwarizmi was also recognized as, and the answer is Muhammad ibn Musa. Next, which is the temple listed and protected under the UNESCO World Heritage Sites? And the answer is the temples built at Patadakal by the Chalukyans. Next, the Konark Sun Temple in Orissa is attributed to which king? And the answer is King Narasimhadeva I. Next, which Turkish slave established the Ghaznavid kingdom? And the answer is Alaptagin. Next, Mahmud was a descendant of, the answer is Alaptagin. Next, Al-Biruni's Kitabul Hind was written in which language? And the answer is Arabic. Welcome back, students. This is Medieval History, Chapter 3, Delhi Sultanate. Let's start. When did the fourth Mongol invasion take place? The answer is during Alauddin's reign in 1303 CE. Next, Sayyid were known as, and the answer is Kuladharan. Next, name the Moroccan traveler who wrote the world famous travelogue, the Rihla. The answer is Ibn Battuta. Next, during the medieval period, Indian postal system was of two kinds. Which kinds? The answer is Uluk, which was the horse post, and Dawa, which was the foot post. Next, the horse post Uluk, which was run by royal horses stationed at a distance of every, and the answer is 4 miles. The foot post Dawa had 3 stations, and the answer is every mile. Next, name the Sultan who succeeded in breaking and destroying the power of Turkan-e Chilgani. The answer is Balban. Next, who went to China as the envoy of Emperor Muhammad bin Tughlaq in 1342? And the answer is Ibn Battuta. Next, during the administration of Delhi Sultanate, the revenue in charge was called, and the answer is Amil. Who did the army of Kakatiya rulers in 1303 at Warangal defeat? And the answer is Alauddin Khilji. Next, name the department which Diwani Amir Kohi dealt with during the Delhi Sultanate reign. And the answer is agriculture. Next, who was the first Sultan to introduce the torrent currency in India? And the answer is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Next, who was the first ruler to use digging canal system for enriching agriculture? And the answer is Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Next, who was the first Persian poet to depict Indian environment in his poetry? And the answer is Amir Khusrau. Next, one strategy in market reforms that was very successful during Alauddin Khilji's reign was, and the answer is market price control. Next, Banaras during the medieval period of Indian history was famous for, and the answer is being a trading place. Next, Banjara is a term derived from, the answer is Vanaj, meaning trade, and Jara, meaning travel. Next, who was called a slave of a slave? And the answer is Iltutmish. Next, who was the first Sultan of Sultanate who shifted his capital to Delhi? And the answer is Iltutmish. Next, which Sultanate dynasty was of Afghan origin? And the answer is Bahlol Lodi. Next, the original name of Genghis Khan was Temuchin or Remuchin. Next, name the river that was the boundary between the Delhi Sultanate and Mongols during the period of Alauddin Khilji after 1306 AD. And the answer is the Ravi River. Next, both Khiljis and Tughlaqs appointed slaves to high political positions such as generals and governors. They were called as, and the answer is Bandagans. Next, who were called Dastarbandan? And the answer is Ulema. Next, Diwani Amiri Kohi dealt with, and the answer is agriculture. Next, Diwani Bandagan dealt with, and the answer is slaves. Next, Diwani Ars dealt with, and the answer is military. Next, Diwani Insha dealt with, and the answer is state correspondence. Next, Alauddin Khilji introduced the system of Dab, which means, and the answer is branding of horses. Next, who were the headmen in the village during the reign of Alauddin Khilji? The answer is Quds and Muhammad. Next, who was the first Sultan to do assessment of land on measurement theory? And the answer is Alauddin Khilji. Welcome back, students. This is chapter 4 of medieval history, Mughal Empire and the rise of Marathas. Let's start. Who was Lachit Borpukhan? The answer is he was a general of Ahom kingdom who successfully resisted the imperial expansion of the Mughal Empire in the Battle of Saraighat. Next, terms that were used in the Indo-Persian sources of Mughal period to denote a peasant were, and the answer is Rayyat, Asami and Muzarian. Next, word that means freedom of expression to all religions and schools of thought. And the answer is Suhulikul. Next, the term Pahikhasta refers to, and the answer is non-resident cultivators. Next, during the reign of the Mughal Emperor Akbar, which practice was introduced on a daily basis? And the answer is Jharoka Darshan. Next, Muhammad Hussain of Kashmir, a contemporary of Emperor Akbar, was and the answer is a reputed calligrapher. Next, Saidi Ali was a Turkish traveler who came to India in the, and the answer is 16th century. Next, during the Mughal period, the term Milkiyat denoted, and the answer is personal lands of Zamindar. Next, during the Mughal period, the word Wakil referred to, and the answer is agents of nobles and regional rulers. Next, Jahangir got impressed by the Turkish fluency of a European traveler and made him Mansabdar of 400 Sawar. Who was he? The answer is William Hawkins. Next, which Mughal emperor was a follower of the Naqshbandiya leader Khwaja Ubaidullah? And the answer is Babur. Next, Aurangzeb had compiled the greatest digest of Islamic law called, and the answer is Fatawa-e-Alamgiri. Next, Mughal ruler who tried to create harmony between Sikhs and Maratha was, and the answer is Bahadur Shah the. What is Jarib? Jarib or bamboo was used for the measurement of land during the Mughal period. Next, during the Mughal period, copper coins were called, and the answer is dam. Next, during the Mughal period, revenue collectors were called, and the answer is desai. Next, during the Mughal period, revenue chief of a province was known as, and the answer is Diwan. Next, the Mansabdari system was the official nobility of the state, was started by which Mughal ruler, and the answer is Akbar. Next, who was the king who had given patronage to Tansen before Akbar? The answer is Raja Ramchandra Singh of Bhata. Next, what was common during the rule of Akbar and Sher Shah? And the answer is the use of dam. Next, which foreign traveller elaborately discussed about diamonds and diamond mines in India during the Mughal period? And the answer is Jean-Baptiste Tavernier. Next, the aristocrat Mukarrab Khan was a great favourite of which Mughal emperor? And the answer is Jahangir. Next, which Persian language scholar had written Tarikh-e-Khabari? The answer is Arif Kandahari. Next, according to the French traveller Tavernier, during the 17th century, the majority of houses in Varanasi were made up of, and the answer is bricks and stones. Next, what was the administrative division at district level during the Mughal period? And the answer is Chakla. Next, the Maratha claim of revenue for protection is known as, and the answer is Chot. Next, who was the author of Humayunama? And the answer is Gulbadan Begum. Next, who was Roshanara Begum? And the answer is the second daughter of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. Next, who was the first wife of Mughal Emperor Akbar? And the answer is Ruqayya Begum. Next, who gifted the Badshah Nama to King George in 1799? And the answer is the Nawab of Awadh. Next, which system of levying land revenue in Deccan was prevalent during the reign of Akbar? And the answer is number of ploughs. Next, who is the author of the Badshah Nama? And the answer is Hamid Lahori. Next, in which year did Babur defeat Sultan Ibrahim Lodi at the Battle of Panipat? And the answer is 1526 AD. Next, which Mughal ruler had learned Hindu music from Lala Kalawant? And the answer is Akbar. Next, where was Shivaji formally crowned as Chhatrapati? And the answer is Raigad. Next, after the death of Shivaji, there was a fight for succession between which rulers? And the answer is Rajaram and Shambhaji. Next, painting was mainly patronized by which Mughal ruler? And the answer is Jahangir. Next, who was the painter in the court of Emperor Muhammad Shah? And the answer is Kalyan Das. Next, Sher Shah was buried at, and the answer is Sasaram. Next, Babur adopted the title of Padshah first at, and the answer is Kabul. Next, who was the poet laureate of Shah Jahan's reign? And the answer is Kaleem. Next, the famous diamond Kohinoor was presented to Shah Jahan by, and the answer is Mir Jumla, the minister of Sultan of Golconda. Next, who was the personal physician for the Prince Dara Sheikh? And the answer is Francois Bernier. Next, Ibadat Khanna at Fatehpur Sikri was, and the answer is a hall where Akbar held religious meetings with scholars of various religions. Next, Sher Shah administration was divided into, and the answer is Sarkar, and then subdivided into parganas. Next, during the medieval period in India, the designation Mahatra and Pattakila were used for, and the answer is village headman. Next, to whom Aurangzeb bestowed upon the title of Shahibat uz Zamani, and the answer is his elder sister Jahanara. Next, name the European traveller who never returned to Europe and settled down in India, and the answer is Nicolau Manucci. Next, Khalisa is a land whose income went directly to the, and the answer is state treasury. Next, Moza was a name given to, and the answer is revenue collector units in Pargana. Next, name the calligrapher who earned Zareen Kalam Golden Pen honor in Akbar's court, and the answer is Muhammad Hussain. Next, Tulsidas wrote Ramchaitra during the reign of, and the answer is Shah Jahan. Next, during the reign of Akbar, Todarmal categorized lands into four groups that are, and the answer is Polaj, that are to be cultivated every year, Paroti, that was cultivated once in 2 years, Chachar, that was cultivated once in 3 years, and Banjar, that was very rarely cultivated. Next, the Diwani Am refers to, and the answer is a hall of public audience. That's all. Welcome back, students. This is chapter 5 of medieval history, Vijayanagar and Bahmani Kingdom. Let's start. Which ruler of Vijayanagara Empire constructed a large dam across the Tungabhadra river? And the answer is Devraya the First. Next, where is the structure of Mahanavami Dibba situated? The answer is Hampi. Next, the Battle of Rakshasi Tangadi is popularly known as, and the answer is Battle of Talikota. Next, name the military commanders who were given territories to govern by Raja during the Vijayanagara administration. The answer is Amarnayaka. Next, name the visitor who compared medieval Vijayanagara with Rome. And the answer is Niccolo de Conti. Next, the Vijayanagara kings rule in the name of which god? And the answer is Virupaksha. Next, the ruins of Vijayanagara were brought to public light in the year 1800 by which British surveyor? And the answer is Colin Mackenzie. Next, which was the important seaport in the Kakatiya kingdom? And the answer is Motupalli. Next, who composed the epic poem in Telugu named Amuktamalyada? The answer is Krishnadev Raya. Next, Krishnadev Raya belonged to which dynasty? And the answer is Tuluva dynasty. Next, Amuktamalyada is a Telugu epic that describes what? And the answer is the wedding of Vishnu and Andal. Next, the Vijayanagara Empire dominated which part of India and for how long? And the answer is the south of Vindhyas and for 200 years. Next, the tax rate on land during Krishnadeva Raya was based upon, and the answer is quality of land. Next, which city was founded by Krishnadeva Raya? And the answer is Nagalapura. Next, Bahmani kingdom was founded in, and the answer is 14th century AD. Next, who were polygarchs of South India? And the answer is territorial, administrative, and military governors. Next, the Vijayanagara Empire received its death blow at the Battle of, and the answer is Tilakota in 1565. Next, the ruling dynasties Sangama, Saluva, and Tuluva were associated with, and the answer is the Vijayanagara Empire. Next, Golgambas in Bijapur is called as, and the answer is the Whispering Gallery. Next, in the Vijayanagara Empire, horse merchants were known as, and the answer is Kudirai Chettis. That's all, students. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next video.